I have to choose between my two kids, but only one is actually mine. I took in a foster kid for a quick paycheck. I know how that sounds, but hear me out. Theo was 17 and had been returned by 14 families. I was broke and needed money to pay for my wife's early Alzheimer's. Our bio son Jaden had been in prison for statutory rape, so it's not like we had other responsibilities. Theo moved in on a Thursday afternoon with one garbage bag of belongings and eyes that dared me to reject him. I showed him Jaden's old room, rattling off the rules like terms of a lease. He nodded once and disappeared behind the door. For weeks, we were just strangers sharing walls. He'd leave before my 5:30 a.m. alarm, and I'd come home at 9 p.m. to find him already locked away, only the thin line of light under his door proving he existed. One afternoon, I heard the Arctic Monkeys blasting through his headphones while I made coffee. I told him it was my favorite band, and we played the music from Alexa instead. When I went grocery shopping, I picked up his favorite Celsius flavor without being asked. We developed a perfect rhythm without needing to talk. By month 3, he knew me better than most of my coworkers. He'd replace my coffee pods before it ran out, so I'd make extra portions of dinner for when he felt like snacking. Almost like a real family if you squinted. Then I got the call. "You need to come get your wife. She's crazy." I found Rose 2 blocks away in her thin nightgown, bare feet bleeding on the concrete. When I tried to wrap my jacket around her, she clawed at my face. "Don't touch me! Where's my son? What did you do with my son?" My heart shattered. The EMTs arrived and tried to grab her arms, but she fought harder, animal sounds coming from her throat I'd never heard before. That's when Theo appeared from the darkness, still in yesterday's clothes like he'd been awake all night. He started humming something I didn't recognize, low and steady like a heartbeat. Rose's whole body changed. The wild fear drained from her face as she turned toward the sound. "My baby," she whispered, reaching out with shaking hands. "You came back to me." Theo kept humming while walking closer, palms out where she could see them, moving like water. "It's okay, Mrs. K," he said in this soft voice I'd never heard, like he'd done this before. "Want to go home? I'll make you tea." She grabbed his hand like a lifeline. The EMTs let him ride in the ambulance. He sat next to her gurney, thumb tracing circles on her palm, humming whenever her breathing quickened. By the time we hit the ER, she was calm enough they skipped the restraints. The doctor pulled me aside near the vending machines, his voice low. If that kid hadn't calmed her down, we would have been forced to put her in involuntary hold. I turned to look at Theo, but he didn't say anything. Instead, he pulled out the spiral notebook I'd always seen him carrying. As he flipped through, my heart throbbed. Each page was filled with documentation on my wife's progress. All those mornings I'd found her peaceful in bed, thinking the new meds were working. It was him. We brought Rose home as the sun came up. I went to make coffee, hands still shaking, and noticed the kitchen trash overflowing. I pulled the bag out and envelopes